Instead of manifesting from the root chakra, which is the I am manifest from the third eye chakra, which is I see what you want to have or manifest.
Everything that you do down here, you have to bring it to life out of this bubble that's in your head. As above, so below. So within, so without. So every thought that you get is coming from up there, because this is just the vehicle of ascension. This is just the vehicle that God travels in. Everyone on the planet is the same person in different bodies. That's why it tells you in the Bible to love God with all your heart, your mind, your body, your soul, and your strength. You feel me? These are two greatest commandments. And love thy neighbor like you love thyself, because thy neighbor is you. Your neighbor is not the person, not the house next across the street. Your neighbor is the person that is living in the house across the street. So you got to love the person that's living in the house. That's just like if you see a car going up the street. The car is not driving itself. Somebody is driving the car. So if you see a person walking up the street, that person is not walking their self. It's something inside that is walking that person. So whenever the soul leaves that body, just like have you ever been to a funeral before, the body doesn't move anymore because the soul has left and the body went cold. So anybody that you're talking to, you're having a conversation with God, whether you realize it or not. So that's how God did. He hid himself inside of every human being, because God is a cosmic force. God is incomprehensible to the average human being. God is a supreme intelligence that created 8.1 billion people so it can experience its creation through those people, through the birds, the bees, the leaves, the trees, and everything. And the only reason why God created death is so God won't get stuck in the physical form, because death is just illusion. You live to die, and when you die, you live. When you're born, it's just death of the spiritual form and birth of the physical form. And when you die, it's just death of the physical form and birth of the spiritual form. You are an eternal son soul, because God said that he gave his only begotten son. It wasn't talking about Jesus. It was talking about the sun outside, which is the solar system. And everybody has a soul that resides and comes from the solar system, which makes us all God's son. S-U-N, not S-O-N. And we all are our own individual person, percentage of the sun. We are all microcosms of the macrocosm. The macrocosm is the universe as a whole, and the microcosm is the universe broken down in individual pieces. We are all microcosms of the macrocosm. Everybody is the universe experiencing itself in the physical form, and the universe is God. You're just a spiritual being having a human experience, because you are not this body. All this is a physical dream. When you are in your spiritual form, like when you dream, everything that you do down here, you have to act it out. You see, you have to bring that thought out of your head and you have to act it out. In the real world, which is the spiritual world, because this world is backwards. It's 90% physical and 10% spiritual, when it's supposed to be 10% spiritual and 90% physical, because everything goes on in the inside. So down here, everything that you do, you have to act it out. But when you dream, the only thing you have to do is think it, and you go do it in your astral body, because you're just thinking it, because it's the real world. And the dreams is way realer than this down here. You see, this right here is nothing. Yeah, if somebody hit you, it feel like it hurt. Yeah, you can feel somebody, because this is just the physical world. But the real world is when you open this up and you can travel. You can travel because you have, I'm going to show y'all the different, I'm going to show y'all how this is the body of ascension, so you understand. I don't need the book, but I like to show pictures, because they say you have to see it to believe it. But in actuality, you don't have to see it to believe it. All right, this is the body right here. I'll show you. All right. Look, Merkaba. You see? Mer equals light. And remember I showed you, look, you got a triangle going up and you got a triangle going down. We are Mer. Mer equals light. We are electromagnetic light beings. Ka equals spirit. Spirit means breath. If you go to John chapter 4, verse 24, it tells you God is spirit, and those who worship him to worship him in spirit and truth. The equals body. So this is the vehicle of ascension that God's travel is. As above, the triangle going up, so below. Look, vehicle of ascension. Watch, I'm going to show you how this is hell on earth. Now, neutralizing the duality. Duality means doing two things at one time. Physical world, spiritual world. This is the physical world. Your soul is the spiritual world. So, duality of self combining the upper and lower self. You are a soul that experiences different realities within the multiverse. In each plane, you take on different bodies. You aim to become the multidimensional creature and not to be bound to just one reality, which is the physical world. Just like I told you, the last planet that you go through when you come out is Saturn. So you come here as the devil, but you have to deveil yourself because this is the physical world. You have an etheric body, you have an astral body, and you have a mental body. See, the physical world is so dense, you are matter. The purpose is to turn the matter into light and get up here to light because God is light. You see, God is light. You see, Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, let there be light. We live inside a light wave universe where all things are created out of light. Low vibrational light turns into matter. High vibrational matter turns back into light. Universal 1 by Walter Russell. God is thinking mind. The substance of the body of God is light. The universal substance is a thinking substance. Comprehensible and describable and possessed in principles which are familiar to man through man's observation of the one universal substance is created things. The substance of all created things is light. The one substance of thinking mind is all exists. Mind is expressed in light. So what did I just tell you? Human. What best defines hue? The attributes of colors that permit them to be classed as red, yellow, green, blue, and intermediate between contiguous pairs of these colors, red with an orange hue. So look, when you put all those colors together, you get brown. So you have 9 ether and you have 6 ether. So listen, now I'm going to break down to you how the reality works. Look, as a human, we are an attribute of a color that permits them to be classified that specific color. Each individual is the mind, not the physical body. Without the mind, a physical body world would cease to exist. The mind is spirit. The mind is the intellect that manipulates the physical body and the world around us. The mind is like a frequency tuner. Watch this now. Look what it says. Tuning itself into different frequencies. Now listen to this now. The mind exists within the mental plane, which is shared between all the minds of the universe. Thoughts are not created by the individual. They are received based on what frequency our mind is set to. If we set our mind to a specific topic, like generating wealth, for example, we tune into the frequency in the mental plane and we will receive thoughts on how to generate wealth. So, frequency is what you frequently do. So if you frequently think about sex, money, cars, clothes, drugs, the things that you see, what happens is those are the thoughts that you get in return. See, I tell myself, I am the infinite intelligence of the universe. I am the mind of God. I am love. I am joy. I am peace. I am abundance. I am happy. So those are the thoughts that I send out, and those are the thoughts that I get in return. Remember, everything is controlled by the mind. So you have to control your thoughts, or don't let your thoughts control you. So when I send those thoughts out to the universe, I get those thoughts in return. So all the information that is telling me to do, I act it out, and then I bring it to the physical form. You see? I bring it to the physical form because everything is a manifestation of a thought. The thoughts come from above, and we're down here below. As above, so below, so within, so without. God is consciousness that speaks to you telepathically through the brain, because God